What is up, everyone? Hope you're all well. We are back in my garden, and as most of you know, I've got quite a sizable nature pond in my garden, but my hand has been forced a little bit because, well, let me take you off the tripod and I'll show you what I need to sort out. So this is a nature pond that we've got in the garden, quite sizable, quite large, but it has got quite a large waterfall. Now, the reason I'm mentioning that is, Quinn and Katie are just doing a bit of pond dipping. You having fun? Found anything cool, Quinn? No? Tadpoles? Shy now. Okay, right. So even though this pond is full of plants and life and loads of things to for frog spawn to eat off of, my frogs have chosen to lay in here. Now, this is a water change bucket that I might have left out last year, maybe? This year? Can't remember. But they've decided to lay in here. The problem being with tadpoles this size and a pump of this size is that they may get sucked into it. There's loads of gravel down in here that you can't see, and they'll get sucked through into the pump, and that's not going to end well for anyone. So I got one of these. It's a no-dig nature pool from Blagdon. Now, I'm very lucky in the fact that I've worked with the guys at Blagdon for years. I know them all really well. The guy who done a lot of the designing on this one, Andy, is a very close friend of mine, and yeah, so I'm very lucky in the fact that I messaged Andy and said, I've got a load of frog spawn that probably won't go in my nature pond because it's just gonna, well, not gonna end well. I don't need to tell you what happens if a frog spawn, no, don't say that. Now, they've launched this as a new product recently, and Andy said to me, why don't you try one out? Great idea. I was thinking of something different. I was thinking maybe he's got a black plastic tub or something that I can use, but I have got a full-on no-dig nature pond. So we're going to get it built. I'm going to build it on the other side of the garden. It'll be perfect for these tadpoles to grow up in without having to worry about the predators and the pump and everything that's in my main pond. So I suppose there's not much else to say. Let's go and start building this. I don't know how hard it is. Can't be that difficult, can it? Right, so are you coming to help, Quinn, or are you staying over there playing with the grass? You're going to come and help. The cool thing with this pond, actually, loads of my American and European subscribers always say, oh, I can't get what you use in my country. This is available. I was having a chat with Andy the other day, and it's available through Pennington's in America, and then I can't remember the brand. I think it's Aquagarden in Europe. So you can get one of these if you want to, which is really cool. There's very few things in the aquatic industry that span all the continents and all the countries. So yeah, this is really cool. But anyway, I guess it's just to unbox it and probably read the instructions on this one because, yeah, this could go wrong if I don't read them. Coming to open. Ready? Wow. Here we go. So we've got the ramp for animals to get out on. Got the ladder for animals to get up on. Do you want to put them on the bark chip next to you? Oh, they look important. Got some clips. Instructions. Floating fountain pump. Liner. Underlay. Those are the walls. This ultimately seems really easy to build. You've just got some clips that go onto the corners. You've got all these panels that then clip together. Bit of fleece underlay to go underneath it. Liner. That's really simple. You do get on the English one and the European one, you get this solar powered pump. On the American one, I think Andy said, I'll have to look this up after editing, but I'm pretty sure Andy said that it comes with a like a plug-in pump in the American one. But you could always upgrade the English and French one and German one, whatever country you're from. You could always upgrade that one to have an electrical pump. But this is quite nice because you don't need any power. So yeah, I think we're just going to build it. It really doesn't look that complicated. I like the look of this. This suits me. At the end of a busy week, when I want to do a little project with my family, I don't need it to be complicated. So this suits me down to the ground. Let's have a go at building this. Right, so this is the location. I should get my rake really, but my outdoor broom will do perfectly. That's the area I want to put it in. These two plants are new, so I've got a nice viburnum and what was this one? Skimmia? skimmier. So those attract loads of bees and bugs and stuff like that. So I really want them planted around it just to give me loads and loads of bugs and stuff that are going to grow up around here. It is really simple construction, just these clips to go in on the edges, and then it all clips together. Like, how perfect is that? That is the coolest pond construction I have ever done in my life. That is like, I think 10 minutes maybe, and I've got the structure done. So yeah, and it's bigger than I thought. Like, what a decent size. Anyway, liner in now, and I've got to move all of this back because, again, you know what I'm like. Yeah, it'll fit. It won't fit. So I've got to move the liner back now. Not the liner, the plants back. And then hopefully we can fit this into this corner. So I've just popped the underlay down. We've now got space to put it in amongst the plants, which is ideal. The main thing with any pond that's got a liner in it, you need to make sure that there's no spiky bits underneath. So I've cleared the ground underneath just back to soil and then put the underlay in. This underlay is going to protect the liner. Next, we just need to clip the liner to all these little clips around the outside. So again, probably a 2-minute job. This is turning out to be one of the quickest builds I've ever done. So all I've got left to do, I think, is build the little ladder. Yeah, that's it. So this just clips together and clips in there. You've got a little planting pocket on the front, which I've already got a plant for. That goes in there, I suppose. Like that. And that just clips on with the grass in it. You telling Mini Dog there's a bee? Yes. Cool. There we go. How cool is the frog ramp? Quinn, you can put your toy soldiers on here. How great will that be? You're going to get involved in it already. But yeah, so we've got the little frog ramp. You're not getting in.
Not in the pond.
We got the little frog ramp. We got the little bird bathing bit, and then we got the planting pocket. How cool is that, Quinn? Do you like it? Should we get some water in there and get the tadpoles in a minute? Good, excellent help. Right, I think that's it. Let's get it filled up. Right, the pond is completely topped up. My helper has gone for lunch. I'm going to continue working on it. I just had to rescue the pump off of my dog because she decided it was her toy. So I'm going to get this one fitted. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take some gravel out of my main pond. I've taken a few buckets of water out of the main pond as well. The rest of it's been water, like rainwater that I've collected. And I'm going to take a few of the pebbles and stuff out of the main pond just to, again, mature it in a way. It will have biofilms on it and things like that ready for the life to start growing, I suppose you would say. I'm going to get the fountain fitted. These are really simple. I'm not going to have a big fountain on it. I just want a little tiny fountain sort of bubbling away. Gives them a little bit of oxygen and a little bit of movement. I don't need the noise, but if you haven't got a pond in your garden, the light trickling noise of a fountain is really actually quite nice. So I'm going to get this one fitted. It should be fairly simple. So it is really simple, but you do get 5 fountain heads, which I'm intrigued to try. And then your little solar panelled pump. Obviously, like I said, the American version's got a powered pump, and you could upgrade this one to a powered pump if you wanted to, like an electrical version, but depends on what you want. To make the pump stay in the middle of the pond, you've just got a mesh bag that you fill up with a little bit of gravel. Then you tie that and weight it to the bottom of the pump. That way the pump doesn't go floating off and doesn't drain the pond, because obviously if the pump goes over to one side, it's going to drain all the water out. As soon as I get the solar powered pump out, sun goes in. I'm actually going to put some rocks and some gravel, nothing too big or nothing too sharp, because obviously you don't want to puncture the liner and you don't want to cause any sort of issues that way. But I'm going to put some rocks and some gravel in the bottom of here just to provide a bit more space and a bit more sort of surface area for all the bugs and the bacterias and all the weird things to live on. I'm going to get some of them out of my main pond so that they've got like biofilm on them, and I've got some clean ones that are just going to go in from where I've done other projects. So I think we'll do not an aquascape necessarily, but a little bit of a like rock pool design in here just to give it a bit of interest. Now, you don't need to go and get stuff from another pond to mature this pond, but I'll just show you how much life. So this is one rock I pulled out of, and there are, I don't know if you can be able to see, there's shrimps wandering around on there. On the underneath, there's like weird worms and different beetles and bugs and all sorts of stuff living in. So that is just instantly going to sort of help mature. So if you've got a friend or a family member or someone local that's got a pond, you'll have to look up rules and regulations in your area, because obviously I'm talking to all different people all over the world. So you have to look up the rules and regulations of moving things from pond to pond. But like I say, this is my pond from the other side of the garden, so maturing it this way is just going to really give it a boost. On this rock that I just pulled out, look, there's a tiny ram's horn snail. So again, just going to go in and help mature it. I'm going to put those few pebbles in, then I'm going to put a few of the new pebbles in as well. Then we can get planting, and then, oh, I've got to do the bug hotel. Whoa, when the sun comes up, that's huge, look at that. Oh, wow. I might need to rethink that one. I might need to put one of the other fountain heads on, because that's really tall. Look at that, the sun goes in, it drops down. That's so cool. Anyway, let's get these rocks in. So I've gravelled the bottom of the pond. It's really cool. There's a lot of bugs and things that use gravels and stuff to sort of live on and create homes out of. So just gives them a little bit of space to call their own, really. Next, I've got to build the bug hotel underneath this step. You can obviously see it's got like a slant to it. So you can position little bits of wood and twigs and things like that up through there and create like a little bug hotel underneath the set of steps. So I'm going to get that done. My fountain has changed. I don't know if I've said that already in this video, but I've changed it over to this one because when the sun comes out of my garden, that fountain was quite high. So I've changed it to that one, and it's now propelling itself. Oh, it's quite cool. If I do that, shades it. But it's propelling itself around the pond. But yeah, let's build this bug hotel. Sun's gone in now, see? Slowed down. Honestly, it's mad how much the weather is swapping at the moment. Literally, it's like blazing sunshine now, and I'm probably really bright. And then the next minute, it's clouding over and starting to rain. So it's a little bit crazy today. Next up, we've got planting. Now, obviously, if you're in your area, you need to check out what plants are going to be best for you. So I'd recommend going to like a local specialist and just checking out what they would say. For me, I have got this awesome scirpus, which is like this big hairy grass. Now that one can go right down on the bottom of this pond, so that'll be perfect. I've got some aquatic mint as well, which will go mad, but I'm going to plant that in this little planting pocket here. I think that'll be really good because that attracts lots of bees and bugs and things. And then what I've actually done is I've just rescued some iris out of my main pond that will go down deep in the water as well. I think the mixture of all of that should work a treat. I might get some oxygenators and maybe some floating plants. I'm gonna have a mixture of like native and non-native on here. I think that'll work a treat. That way, yeah, I've got the best of both worlds then, hopefully. So all the plants are in. I've actually left the irises just planted into gravel because I want them to be the sort of the filter of the pond, I suppose you would say. The good thing with irises is they're quite fast growing and they normally use up a lot of nutrients. So I've just planted them into the gravel so that they've got no soil around them. The scirpus over there, the sort of hairy looking one, that one I've left in the soil because I want that one to get lots of nutrients. I want that one to grow well. And then the little mint, that'll grow wherever. It doesn't care. So I've taken most of the soil off of that one and just left a little bit on the bottom just to give it something to root into, and then planted it in the little planting pocket. That will honestly cover that area and it will smell amazing during the summer. The last thing I'm going to put in, I've just got some nice little water lettuce. So these are just a floating plant, you can see. You'll have to see if they're legal in your area because there's a lot of floating plants that are illegal and legal depending on where you are in the world. So have a look. But there will be some floating plants I'm sure that you can get your hands on that will work just as well. But they just sit like that. So I've got a few of them and they'll just add a little bit of shade, a little bit of cover and a little bit of food source. There's a bit of duckweed in there, but in all honesty, duckweed, it provides a good filtration system, keeps the pond clear and it shades it as well. So if I do get a bit of a duckweed influx in here, I'm not overly worried. I'll just net it out as and when it becomes a problem. I'm going to leave this to settle for a little while, make sure it's okay. Then I'm going to get my little tadpoles in here. I think they're going to love it. So as you probably just saw, we've added a little bird feeder, we've added a bug house at the back, and then I've just done some real nice planting that Quinn picked out all around the front, just to make it a bit more interesting. All these rocks will provide some homes for some bees and bugs and things to sort of live around. We've also got a couple of bits of wood and a little log pile around the corner there. So ultimately it should make it sort of more of a habitat, I suppose. Should we take the pump out, I think, don't you? Okay, let's take the pump out. Yeah, take the pump out so we can get in there easily. Right, should we release the frogs? Well, tadpoles? Okay. Release tadpoles, good work. Right, we're just going to put all their bucket in there. Might overflow the pond a little bit. And there's a little bit of duckweed in there. Can you see them? At least they'll be happy in here rather than the bucket, isn't it? Wow, there's a lot of tadpoles. There they go. This has been a really enjoyable little project. For such a quick and easy thing to build, it is great. Like, I've already seen a blackbird sort of eyeing up this little stepping stone here so that he can come down into the water and maybe take a bath. Haven't been able to get it on camera yet, so I'll see how I get on with that. Worst case scenario, this pond's obviously going to be running and it's going to have the tadpoles in it for quite some time. I'll give you updates on future pond videos of how the tadpoles are doing and how they're growing up, so watch out for those videos because they will be coming up. I could have obviously built something like I've already got. You know, we could have done a whole sunken thing with rocks and wood and stuff like that, but I didn't really want to. I wanted to do something different, and I also wanted to show you guys and girls something that you can do easily in your house. You know, if you've got a new build with just a patio on it, you can chuck this on there. If you've got a massive garden but, you know, no electricity, you can pop one of these in it. That's why I wanted to build this one, because I thought it would be more, well, easily accessible to all of you. You know, it's great to have that massive great pond with all the rocks and the wood and stuff, but there's like 10 ton of stone in there. Yeah, okay, I wouldn't have needed 10 ton to build this, but it's still a lot more effort and a lot more work than what people really want to do for a weekend project. So this is why I wanted to do this one. It's very contrasting to the other one, but I do really like it. But if you're looking for something fun to do over the weekend with the kids, or even for yourself, to be fair, like, this is a great little project, really simple to build. It'd be easy to move it if you ever move house or you want to move it to the other side of the garden. A quick drain down, chuck it over the other side of the garden or put it in the back of a van and you're done. What a great little product. Yeah, really enjoying this. I'm already looking at it and thinking that I could possibly put a heater in there and a filter and put one of them in the fish room when I build it. Maybe a little tropical pond. That'd be quite cool, wouldn't it? Anyway, that's for a future video.